Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up during inflation, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, bit to get 30, bit to get 20, 20, 20, bit to get 20, 20, bit to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See detail.
Kroger Delivery has one mission: to deliver the freshest food right to your door. That's why our drivers are pros. Our trucks are refrigerated. And when it comes to low prices, we always deliver. With $20 off your first order of $75 or more, there's no better time to get in on the action. Mission accomplished. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Click on professionalturf.com.
And now, live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
Hey, don't look now, but the Vegas Golden Knights won another one, 4-3 in overtime.
Another overtime. How long did that one go?
I think that was just a single overtime. I don't know how far it went. I didn't see the box score.
No, that was way too late for me.
They're going to win the cup, Pat.
Well, that'd be,
It's going to be a first, and it's going to be crazy because they're going to become the model team from here on out for any new expansion team. Well, not the Montreal Canadiens, not the Pittsburgh Penguins, not the Detroit Red Wings.
When you pay $500 million for something that was valued about half that, and then you paid $700, and now Seattle's going to pay $650. So,
for Seattle, they'll probably only allow the teams to protect 9 players.
Well, they gave them a good deal, and they took advantage of it, too. They're fast. I haven't seen a lot of them this year, but I did watch a couple of periods the other day, and they're fast, man. Mm-hmm. And they still got their life in them. They still got their pizzazz. I was talking to manager Kelly last night on the way home. I always call and remind him we're due Tuesdays, and he said, how do these hockey players do it 2 days later? How do you play again? He's very impressed with the effort they put in when they play like 5 periods.
Well, because he's been around a sport his whole life where these guys take a month off if they hurt their fingernails.
Mm-hmm. 5 of them. 5 months. Large is on the DL again. Did you see that?
No.
Mr. Large is on the DL.
Where are we going to send him?
Well, first he's got to recover, and he knows that as soon as he says he's ready to go, he's going to Rochester for a while. So he'll probably delay it as long as he can to stay in the big leagues. Hell, you won't see him for a month.
What a disappointment.
Now, I was very hopeful they'd call up their number. You knew it was coming, but I was very hopeful they'd call. You know what? I wonder what the recovery period would be for gastric bypass surgery for him. What do you think? 6 weeks?
Yeah.
He'd play again in 6 weeks, wouldn't he?
But you got to have a solid core for that swing.
What injury are we claiming for this DL?
Hamstring.
Oh, yeah.
And boy, you know what? Doesn't take a big, even if only 3% of his hamstring has a little ding in it, that's like this, man.
That's a long way.
That's a big deal. But
who's going to play third base?
Straight year on the DL. Well, I suppose they'll keep doing what they're doing. Play Escobar at third and Adrian's at short. Although tonight, the guy they're calling up, Gregoria Petit, I don't know how it's pronounced. He's a Venezuelan, and he's been in organized baseball since he was a 16-year-old kid. This is his 16th season, 9th organization.
He's 32 years old.
32 years old, 5th team. And everyone who covered spring training likes the guy, not because of him, but he had 2 or 3 kids running around that clubhouse all the time that were just a riot, man. And they were not shy. They would basically come up and ask guys what the hell they were doing.
They come up and say, cough it up.
Yeah, damn near. They were a couple of cute kids running around like gangsters, man.
Not like Viola's kid who called everybody Mr. Puckett. Yeah. Hi, Kirby Puckett. Hi, Kirby Puckett. Hi, Kirby Puckett.
Well, anyway, they called him up. I was hoping for Nick Gordon, the number 1 prospect, because this guy won't be bad. They think it's short term. First of all, it's another 10 days before he says he's ready to play. Then you send him on a rehab assignment. He won't play for a month.
That's just, this was not supposed to be the way it went this year.
No, this is everything that can go wrong is going wrong. And they said, what they say yesterday, I haven't seen what they're saying today, but yesterday they're saying Buxton's toe's still swollen up. Mm-hmm. He hasn't made the progress they were hoping. Might have to chop that baby off.
I'm just going to say, amputate it and start playing.
Take it.
Yeah, well, boy. I will say last night, they played a game that resembled Major League Baseball. Mm-hmm. They played,
progress.
Lynn wasn't good, and then they made a couple of bad plays in the field. But they looked like a baseball team that was attempting to play baseball. Mm-hmm. So that was an improvement.
I just can't figure out. They took 2 of 3 from the Astros.
Well, yeah, that was months ago. That was 14 degrees up here. The Astros were colder than they were.
Well, I get that. It was just as cold for the Twins as it was for Houston. They played
them now. They would get outscored 63-4.
Oh, I agree. It's just baffling how they started out okay, and now they're
baseball. Things happen.
That's low hanging.
Dozier not playing tonight.
Why?
He's slump ridden, and maybe he hasn't missed a game. So.
He hasn't hit a home run in a long time.
Yeah,
but didn't he have a long hitting streak going?
Yeah, he did have a long hitting streak. That's 16, 17 games to start the season. But I think they're just giving him.
Who holds the Twins record for hitting streak? Carew?
Oh, you're a guy, Kenny Landreau, 31. Remember Kenny Landreau?
That's right. Yeah,
he was the greatest, man.
He was a character.
I remember my favorite Kenny Landreau is I was out in the town one night in New York, and had been overserved, I would say. It was about 2:30 in the morning.
God help all of those industry people.
2:30 in the morning, heading into that shirt.
Heinrich's wrapping it up.
Yes. How you doing? Heading into
Heinrich's buying one more round for the fellas.
Heading into the Sheraton, and Kenny got out of the cab.
Yep.
On all fours.
Ooh.
All fours. Kenny had to get assistance from me to get into the hotel.
Now that
and
is
I was
liquored up.
hammered.
Wow.
Hang on, Kenny. I got you.
I got you, Kenny. Just I hope I don't fall on you. Your 31 hitting game streak.
Pat was Mock the manager?
No, I think Kenny. I think that was no. Yeah, it would have been sure because they made no. Wait. When did they trade Mickey Hatcher? It was the Mickey Hatcher trade.
Well, don't those guys have an hour they have to be in by? On the road?
No, they're major leaguers. We trust them.
Oh.
We don't have
Clearly.
He's
on all fours.
It's
on Madison.
It was a mistake, but they trusted him. You know, what was Otter's line to Flounder? You bleeped up. You trusted us.
Right.
You trusted us.
Yeah.
You know.
So he literally tumbled out of a cab.
Yeah, he was what we call pie-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Might have been a variety of substances that have put him in this manner.
I'd give a lot of money to see the video of you helping Kenny Landreau into the Sheraton.
I got you, Kenny.
I got your back, Kenny.
Don't worry.
Would there have been a doorman at that hotel? In other words, was there a guy going, look at this clown show?
I can't remember. They might have ran for cover. I don't know.
On March 30th, 81, Dodgers traded Hatcher and 2 other minor leaguers to the Twins for veteran outfielder Ken Landreau.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? March 30th of 81.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
So it would have been a 79 rated season.
That had to be about a week before I went through treatment. I wonder why.
I think that was the camel that broke the.
Yes.
Were you arriving by cab?
No, I was walking. I don't know.
I'm going to walk this one. I think I can walk it off if I can find the Sheraton.
But I was on the street. I was on the street.
Hey, buddy, which way is the Sheraton?
You live around here?
It was up by Grand Central. Mm-hmm. It was up. I mean, not Grand Central. It was up by Central Park. Mm-hmm. Remember that hotel?
Yeah,
by Central Park.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't miss it and ended up out in the park. I would have been in trouble. Might not have got my way
I probably
back.
was on that trip.
You might have been.
But I probably would have been sleeping.
You were a short hitter, though, man.
Yeah. Say, why don't we take this break, Rook, and you take us to break?
I was telling somebody about the night that Libman crawled out of the Fenway. Were you on? You weren't on that trip. No, Libba was on that trip. Yeah, that's right. You weren't on that trip. Because I thought you were with us once in Fenway, in Boston, when we had the day game, the Patriots day game, and
I was.
And
but this was Lebanon was a different one.
Yeah, it ended up at 1:00 in the afternoon, and the bars weren't going to close for 13 hours, and you didn't care. But that was I was fearing death.
Ruck, take us to break. We'll be right back. I was saying earlier today, there's something wrong with Minnesota sports teams. They're too passive aggressive.
Well, they're passive. They don't do the aggressive part.
They're too passive.
They just do the passive part, not the aggressive part.
When you look at the teams in the NHL playoffs, it's hard to believe the Wild are in that league.
Well, they aren't in the league of Winnipeg and Nashville, that's for sure. In Vegas. Although they beat Vegas like 3 out of 4 this year or something, didn't they?
I have no idea.
Including both times in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah. See, because maybe we have such straight arrows, we don't go out and get hammered and chase the
We're responsible.
hookers around like every other team that came in there and got beat did. You know?
That Winnipeg-Nashville series is going to be
resumes tonight in the Peg, doesn't it?
Yeah, come on, Winnipeg. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised you didn't drive back.
I thought about it.
What if they get to the point where they can win the cup?
I'll go with you.
I'm seriously tempted to go back up because
if they got a Game 7 to win the cup in Winnipeg,
we're going.
I'm in.
Live GL show from the
whatever.
arena.
I'm there. I'll go with you.
It was really cool to be there that night that they beat the Wild to win the series, and God help that city if they do win the cup. It might burn to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're just happy. It's okay. It's okay to be joyful. You don't have to wreck any buses.
Would have been nice if they could have stolen the second one because Nashville's a little better than they are, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. I think they're a little better.
So we go to the Peg tonight tied 1-1, right?
1-1.
Mm-hmm.
1-1. That's going 7.
Oh, yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh and Washington's probably going 7 again, and then Washington will get beat.
Boston and Tampa might go 7.
Yeah.
They're 1-1, aren't they?
Those are 2 really good teams.
Yep.
Boston's pretty dang good, and Tampa's was the best team in the league for a long time.
And now Vegas is 2-1 over San Jose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So one more in San Jose, and then back to the Caesar's Palace theatrical production. I have no idea what they do there.
I think you're right, though. I think the advantage for your Vegas Knights is going to be they've got a fighting chance to get rid of San Jose in 5 games, and these guys, Winnipeg and Nashville, might kill each other.
Well, plus Vegas had 2 weeks off after beating the Kings.
Yes, they did.
They're a well-rested group of Vegas people.
Fine young skaters, yes.
That's an amazing story. I'm prepared to read an in-depth account of it. I'm surprised the Wall Street Journal or the New York Times or somebody hasn't done a big takeout on how in the hell this happened.
I'm sure the Times has got a piece in there. Some Sunday they probably had one already. They do some amazing, long, wonderful Sunday pieces on their sports section.
Is there a way to explain it, Patrick?
Just one hell of a draft, Kenny.
Well, they gave him Kenny. They gave him $500 million, and for that, they gave them the best deal any expansion team has ever had, as far as the talent. And one advantage they had is they came in by themselves. When the Wild came in, they came in with another team,
with Columbus.
So you split the talent. And the 2 teams that came in before the Wild came in together. So when the Wild went in, you had 4 teams going in a 2-year period.
Okay.
Here you got 1 team going in, and it's the first team to go in 18 years, and they got they don't have to split the best players available. They get them all.
So this is perfectly logical and makes sense. I mean, from the outside, and if you don't pay close attention, it's like, well, this is a bleeping miracle, and it proves that you can just grab a bunch of really good guys, slap them together, and go for the cup.
And so what we've discovered then is what Leopold should do is relocate this franchise and pay $500 million and get a new one.
Okay, but somebody did a very good, whoever their GM did, has put together.
Don't say that. That's like real estate.
A really great club.
He's been there long. McPhee.
Flip houses.
I think it's McPhee, isn't it? The guy that was in Washington.
But look what you could say about the Wild all year long. Every single member of the Wild could get a job on an NHL team. They are all competent players. No superstars, but every single one of them could get a job, 3rd, 4th line on any team in the league. So now here comes Vegas. They got all these players to look at, and whoever was picking them just got the right mix.
And plus what he did was with this team, he said, boy, I don't know whether I want to take Dumba or Brodeen.
Right.
And they said, we don't want you to take either of them. We'll take Halla, and then we'll give you this Tuck kid, too, so you don't take one of our defensemen.
And Halla gets 30 goals for him.
Yep.
That's
He
it.
can skate. He's
Well, so when they build the team, do they build it line by line, or they just pick 5 forwards?
Talent by talent.
They have it. They have it so. I think you can only.
I mean,
You could only lose one player, and if you choose to, if you chose to protect more defensemen, then you could protect less players total, and you could only protect one goalie. Everybody. So
all right.
it was. They gave him a really good deal, but they
Kenny,
also.
Have you seen on TV the start of a Vegas game?
Oh yeah, it's a circus.
They're taking advantage of where they are.
And I scoffed yesterday when you were talking about this because I think Manny was in the room off the air, and I was saying, well, I think we can get lasers in St. Paul, can't we?
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, it's so over the top.
Completely over the top.
Bigger than what any other team in the league is doing.
And the people in the stadium, they don't even know what they're watching. They're
But
just.
this has just
they
been a
should get-
playoff thing, right? They don't do these for the regular
They should
season.
get somebody from one of the shows to sing the anthem like Kate Smith used to for the Flyers.
What are the demographics of that audience, Patrick? Is it locals or is it people, like we predicted, people from out of town
I
going
think
to
there's
see
a lot
their
of them.
team?
They said when Edmonton played there the first time it was half Edmonton, but they got it's a huge city. They're not, everybody doesn't, hang out at the casinos.
Right.
And that's become their entertainment. I think a lot of them are like the people from Woodbury going to hockey games here.
Wonder who's in Vegas right now. Celine Dion, Britney Spears.
I don't know.
Who could they get? I'm surprised you're right. I'm surprised they don't raid the strip and bring in some superstar.
Who's the Wayne guy? Wayne Newton?
Wayne Newton.
I think Wayne gave it. He retired.
He's about 100 years old.
They just bring out a little prop, like a ventriloquist Wayne
How about
Newton.
Liberace? He's still around?
I think he may not.
Yeah, one of the saddest things in my mom's life when somebody told her that
Shocked her, didn't it?
Liberace might like boys better than girls.
He bats for the other team.
What?
She would have never believed it.
What did she just think?
Luckily, she died young, so she didn't have to face that trauma in her life. She just thought he was the best dressed guy of all time.
With fantastic jewelry.
That's right.
Beautiful candelabra. Yeah.
Thought never occurred to him.
I mean, a diamond piano?
Did he have his own TV show?
Oh, God, yes.
And she never missed it, I bet.
Oh, we never missed it. Of course, we had one channel, so what the hell? We never missed anything.
What's on tonight? Let's find out.
Was Jim Neighbors a reoccurring guest?
The Hit Parade. If I ever see another episode of Hit Parade.
Did your mother make you watch Fulton Sheen?
Oh, God, yes.
Hell yes.
Yeah, he had an angel that wiped off.
Had to watch Bishop Fulton J. Sheen.
Yeah, he wiped off the blackboard.
It wasn't like Count Floyd either, was it?
No.
He looked a little like Count Floyd.
He had the look. He had the TV look.
A little like Count Floyd.
There were not scary angels flying all over the stage.
Careful.
Sports Talk will return in just a moment, but now thanks to our great friends in Owatonna, Minnesota at Federated Insurance, where they're in the business of protecting your business, and nobody does that better than Federated. It's Bruce Vail from the Wall Street Journal and Your Money Now.
Well, just so you know, as a big Las Vegas fan, I can tell you J-Lo, Olivia Newton-John, Celine Dion, Donnie and Marie have current shows there. And just yesterday, Mariah Carey announced a summer engagement there.
Get Mariah Carey to do an
a
anthem
lot of
or
big
two.
names. Yeah, she might need help with the
How do you
words.
know all this?
I'm a big Vegas fan, baby.
All right.
And haven't gone lately, but keep up with the times there. We had a late session recovery today. Some early declines on Wall Street, but the market did manage to mostly bounce back. The Dow Jones Industrial Average did drop 64 points, but it was down about 200 early today. The Dow closing at 24,099. While the Dow was down 64, the NASDAQ Composite gained 64 points, and the S&P 500 picked up 6. Facebook said it will be introducing a dating feature, which which will be part of the main app, and users will be able to opt into it. Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg said it's not just for hookups, but for relationships as well, and he said the company would be careful about privacy. Iconic guitar maker Gibson filed for bankruptcy protection today with a plan to reorganize its musical instrument business under the new ownership of its creditors. The company said its overseas consumer electronics business will be wound down, which will allow it to focus on its core guitar making and audio businesses. I'm Bruce Vail with Your Money Now on 1500 ESPN.
Okay, Bruce, we thank you very much. Just a couple of seconds here. I want to tell you about a closure coming this weekend. This report sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. 94 shutting it down between 394 and 35W, 10 p.m. Friday through 5 a.m. Monday. Yeah, you have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind. This is not Bulls on Parade.
Oh, this is a great song.
By Rage in the Machine.
Wonderful song. Skunk Baxter on that guitar.
Would this be the Doobs?
Yes.
Here's John Heinrich.
Thank you, Joe.
I was going to say one thing, fellas. I mentioned that we watched Liberace because we had one TV.
Yeah. No, one station.
One station on one TV. We now have a TV downstairs that went kaput last night, and they can't come to get it going again until Wednesday morning.
You need Gabe?
So we only got one. No, it's some Comcast product. But so we only got one of our two TVs who's got Netflix and Amazon on it, and it's like a
race.
Panic City. Well, I can't watch Netflix. I can't watch what I want to watch.
You need to add another TCL TV to the home.
Well, yeah.
Pat's like Georgie Costanza.
It's the Comcast box. It's not the
pushing
television.
Katie out of the way so we can get to the TV
right.
first.
Pat, what year did you leave Fulda? What?
1962.
Okay, so
Still had two stations by then.
Was Lawrence Welk around then? Because for us up in the Alexandria area, every Saturday night it was
I think he was.
an hour of Lawrence Welk, and I just wanted to kill that guy. Oh my God, I would just beat him to
I can still
death.
smell the cigarette smoke in my grandmother's apartment from people sitting around watching that knucklehead Lawrence Welk.
And what
So
smell was in the
irritating.
hallway?
Boiled ham.
I know that smell.
And I couldn't wait for it to get over so I could watch Hee Haw.
Something a little more intellectual, you know?
I don't know what you guys are complaining about. Being he was from Strasburg, North Dakota, of course, you had to sit at your television.
God, he was a homeboy, wasn't he?
Oh, he was 30 miles out of Bismarck, for God's sake. You can go visit his house.
He grew up very poor, right?
Yep. Just a little shack. I actually went to his house.
The 1 and the 2 and the 3. Hello, boys.
Was that accent? Was that a fake accent?
No, that was a real one, Patrick.
All right.
A lot of people talk like that where I'm from.
Okay.
You know he had women's underpants on, right?
Wow.
You just know it.
The estate of Lawrence Welk will be in touch with Mr. Kenny Olson in just a day or two.
Who were the babes that sang with him? The 3 babes.
The Lemon Sisters.
The Lemon Sisters. Were they North Dakotans?
I don't believe
That's
so.
where Lemon Party
No,
comes
it was
from.
Lennon. Lennon Sisters. Lennon Sisters. Not Lemon. Lennon.
They always had those.
Was Janet one?
That I don't know.
I can't remember.
My favorite Kenny is here today.
But Bobby
Reavers, get us the names of the Lennon sisters.
Okay, Lemon
Oh,
Party.
remember Bobby and Sissy? They were the dancers.
Oh,
the
hell
couple,
yeah.
the
They
couple
could
that
shake it up.
danced.
Tear it up.
A lot of that bump and grind stuff.
A lot of
going on.
moneymaker stuff going on.
Saturday Night Live stole a nice page from Lawrence Welk, though, where they had that. Remember, they had the girl dancers with the dresses, and
Kristen
they were all,
Wiig.
Yeah, and
With the
Kristen
little
Wiig.
tiny
Kristen
hands.
Wiig came out with the little tiny hands, and she was one of the dancers, and she had tiny.
Was the show? Did it originate in North Dakota?
No, he's based in Los Angeles.
Oh, he went big to L.A.
He went big to L.A.
Here's your gals.
I bet one of them's a Janet.
Norma Zimmer,
Norma?
right?
Not one of the Lennon sisters.
Lennon.
No. The Lennon sisters.
Oh, you didn't specify. Well, actually, he did.
But anyway, Johnny, give us a little news.
John,
Just
Lennon.
put Lennon sisters up there, and it'll tell you who they are.
Don't tell me what
Just
to
go
do.
to Google. Oh, God, I hate people who don't know how to use the internet.
Is one of them Yoko?
It's partly sunny and 69. Brooke, don't. I'll start giggling. I can't see the little hand without starting to laugh. I'm sorry.
You're watching SNL instead of Lawrence
He
Welk.
is.
All I
Yes.
want is 3 names. And I can't.
With by myself.
I don't get the bit. Why? I don't. What am I
She's
missing?
got tiny little baby hands.
And she's got the huge forehead that goes back.
But it was that what the gal looked like on Lawrence
Hold
Welk?
on. Leave it up. Leave it up.
I like chasing cars.
It's just absurd for absurdity's
Okay.
sake.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just
3 names.
Kathy, Mimi, and Janet Lennon.
Way
I
to
was
go.
right. There's a Janet.
Wow,
Boom.
you know weird
Home
things,
run.
Joe.
You
I
really
really do.
were in love with
We
that.
had 2 other ones, apparently. Diane and Peggy were past Lennon sisters.
Oh.
They graduated, huh?
They
must
probably got
have.
knocked up.
Yeah, Lawrence. Once you hit 30, Lawrence told you to hit the road.
Lawrence had strict standards for the crew.
Just not
Is
large
he
hands.
alive?
No.
No,
No,
Long
he'd
dead.
be 140.
I think it was the late 80s or early 90s. he
Anyway,
I know you guys will all be impressed by this.
Further ado.
I got to meet him.
Whoa.
Pretty impressive.
Hey now, tell us about
I
that.
guess there
I
was
was
a
a-
line of like 700
Were you hammered?
rooms.
Did you guys?
I was a news photographer in Bismarck, and they turned his old house in Strasbourg into a Lawrence Welk museum. So we went and shot a story. And,
sure.
John, was he
speak with him?
Was he a good kisser, John?
Strasbourg is the name of a town in France.
This is Strasbourg. The North
Germany,
Dakota
there's
pronunciation
a lot
is
of them.
Strasbourg.
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 He
It's,
died in 1992.
How old?
He retired from all public appearances in 92 at the age of 89. He died on May 17th.
Does it give a time? It was in the
The
evening.
retirement killed him.
I remember it was in the evening because I went up to the Electric Fetus and bought every Lawrence Welk record I could.
You did that.
Yeah, I did. And we had a huge tribute show the next morning. Yeah.
You need
He died in his Santa Monica apartment. Is that kind of sad?
Okay. Let's go. Come on. I want to know what's going on.
Seeing a red light. He's the last one at the end of the hallway with the red light and the cot. Lawrence.
As a proud North Dakotan, I'm sorry that all this is happening to our hero, Mr. Lawrence Welk.
has kept me camped there for 7 years.
It's partly sunny and 69 degrees. Twins Toronto tonight at Target Field. Kyle Gibson for the Twins, Marco Estrada for the Blue Jays. The Twins put, as you guys said, Miggy on the disabled list today, 10-day retroactive to April 28th. They've recalled utility infielder veteran Gregorio Petit to make room for him on the 40-man. The Twins designated lefty Dietrich Enns for assignment.
Ex-Yankee great, wasn't he?
Oh, that's the guy we got for Jaime.
We got him in the Jaime. One of the guys we got in the Jaime trade.
Also, the lineup today, it does not have Brian Dozier, and Petit's already being put into action. The lineup, Robbie Grossman leads off in right field. And
We're going to put him back out there, huh?
Mauer, Kepler, Escobar, Rosario, Mitch Garver catching again.
Yeah. They're sick of Castro striking out.
Logan Morrison, Adrianza, and Petit.
Adrianza had one of the weakest at bats last night I've ever seen in my life.
I saw a tweet from Lavelle Neal that they obviously knew this was happening with Miguel because Petit was on a plane this morning. His buddy of his picked him up at the airport around noon today. Him and the pitcher Romero.
News notes from today. Update on a story that fascinated me and the traffic man late yesterday. Authorities say a mysterious substance on some cash that caused a convenience store clerk's hands to burn was actually a carbohydrate powder that prompted an allergic reaction.
Wow.
It happened at Pump 24 in northwestern Minnesota's Monoman County. The clerk felt a burning sensation after taking cash from a customer. Sensation remained after a hand washing, so the employee went to the hospital. 6 others treated as a precaution. White Earth Monoman County Emergency Manager Ed Snetzinger said the substance was a carbohydrate that caused the allergic reaction. No cause for concern. Sheriff Doug Cryer described it as a harmless carbohydrate powder, which is popular in nutritional supplements.
So our fears were unfounded.
That's correct, yeah.
What do you think it was? Terrorism?
Oh, we went all the way to terrorism.
Yeah.
And I started a whole deal where how we were going to spend the entire day mocking you because you're the last person in the country that still carries cash and how this was not, going to affect
What's
you.
that? What's the stuff that right after the 9/11 that everybody was mailing to everybody? What's
the white powder? Anthrax.
Yeah, I thought maybe that was what it was.
And Johnny, repeat for us one more time. What was the name of the gas station?
No, he's the emergency manager guy there, Ed Snetzinger.
Well, what was the name of the place?
Oh, Pump 24.
I don't get it.
1, 2. No. It's
I don't get it.
Why can't you just share that with everybody? It's not fair.
I'm sorry.
Pump 24.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay then.
All right, Jenny.
Head to an Icelandic horse show. You'll likely.
What's happened?
You'll likely.
I'm on
Should
the
tell
wall.
about your dream.
Wasn't my dream.
Oh, yeah, mine.
I don't want to hear it again, ever.
Nope.
I think it's a nice metaphor about
For him, maybe, not for me.
How things have gone the last few years.
Yeah, I guess it has.
It pretty much says it all.
I'm okay. Leave me alone. Everything's fine. A little spinner here.
Joe, everything is not fine, Joe.
That's all right. Here, we're good. I'm good for 2 more years.
You gonna have lunch yet?
I don't have the thing, the press.
He doesn't have the thing.
I don't do that anymore. Turn it up.
A theater in New Zealand has issued a dress code after management noticed an increasing trend of people coming to the movies in their pajamas, onesies, and bathrobes.
I agree with them. There's
In New Zealand?
New Zealand.
There's a certain point where you got to put your foot down.
I'd expect that in this country.
Hawera Cinemas, located in Hawera on New Zealand's North Island, put the notice up on their Facebook page informing patrons to be appropriately dressed. It said, just a friendly reminder that we have a dress code at Hawera Cinemas. It's simple, really. As long as you are appropriately dressed and are wearing clean footwear, you're good to go. Please, no pajamas, onesies, dressing gowns, or dirty rain boots, no matter how cute you think they look. Since posting the restrictions, the theater has met with support and shock that the theater had to remind people how to dress. Greg Bird just wrote on Facebook, it's amazing people need to be told to get dressed before going out. By the way, he added, supermarkets need the same notice. I'd agree with that even in Andover, Minnesota.
I've been asking these guys for 3 years to do a bit where you go interview people going into Walmart who are wearing their pajamas.
I never find any.
But they never do it. They don't do anything that I ask them to do.
Just like the dream.
I was ready to help him in the dream.
But
I was ready to help out.
I was really pleased to hear this fundraiser that we're involved in, where you dress down on Thursday.
Yes, for leukemia.
And throw in $5. So I can come casual then?
Wait a minute.
If I come up with $5, I don't have to get all spiffed
Dressed up like that.
How do I not know about this? Explain this to me.
You pay $5. It's for it's a fundraiser for leukemia. And
Such is the only one in the group that could benefit from paying the $5.
Right. And then you can just kind of dress down.
Every Thursday from now on?
I don't know how long.
No, it's an annual.
You know what?
Thursday
You
where
keep
you
giving
pay
me the
$5.
$5 every Thursday, and you can keep dressing down.
Because I will walk in here.
Is it this Thursday?
No,
a good
it's
question.
coming up next month. It's sometime this month. I don't know.
Because I fully intend to walk in here with my bathrobe and slippers and nothing underneath. Nothing.
No, we want
And that thing has a tendency.
want a little something underneath.
It has a tendency to come untied. If you know.
Grilling in his underwear? Too fancy.
The theater, by the way, says if people keep showing up like that, they will just ask them to leave.
I was at Walgreens today, and it was the Red Nose Day today.
Oh, yeah.
Sure. What's that mean?
Rosacea.
They get you to give them a couple of bucks for that's. I can't even remember what we're carrying here. Do you know, John?
I don't remember. No, I bought
Then
a
they
couple,
give you
but
a
I
red
don't
nose. I said, if I give you $2, will you not give me the red nose?
Oh, I've seen that red nose day.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Thursdays in May, more than 150 businesses throughout Minnesota participate in the 28th annual Dress for LLS. For a $5 minimum donation, participants earn the right to dress casually or in a company theme for a day of work. Sign up now at 1500ESPN.com.
So we could. My only option would be to wear those pants that the guy wore when Jesse refereed his wrestling.
Oh,
match.
the Mr. Ass ones?
Yeah, that'd be $5. That's the only thing I could do to dress down.
New York subway riders said an ill-timed paint job at a Brooklyn station led to yellow footprints spreading around the station and inside subway trains. Commuters shared photos on social media showing the footprints that resulted from the paint used to put yellow track sidelines on the ground, still being wet during peak riding hours. Josh Borman wrote on Twitter, someone just put down a fresh coat of yellow paint on the subway platform edge. It's 9:30 on a Wednesday morning. He said the paint job was poorly planned. Photos taken by commuters showed yellow footprints spread all over the inside of subway trains.
Who planned this, MnDOT?
Well, the Metropolitan Transportation Authority said the paint was still wet because of humidity in the New York area. Said we successfully do paint work day in and day out at our 472 stations. This is an extremely rare example of very humid weather slowing the driving process after off-hours work. Extra care will be taken to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Kenny, do you know what these dinks are going to do to my Highway 100 this summer by shutting down 35?
They're going to improve
It's going to
it.
be impassable.
They're going to improve that goat trail, and
Eventually.
you're going to shut up and take the detour and pay heed and be a good citizen. They don't have any choice. They're doing what they have to do. If they separated all these projects out, it would take them 30 bleeping years. They're doing the right thing.
Or you could just ignore them.
They are American heroes, my friends at MnDOT. I love those guys.
Kenny, the company man, I kind of like it.
Hell yes.
You'll never leave a surface street.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
You're never going to get back on a freeway.
No.
A Florida woman is warning neighbors to be aware of bears after 3 of the animals wandered up to her home, including one that locked itself inside her dad's SUV.
I love bears.
Ricky Coburg-Pereiros
They're curious.
said that she and her husband heard loud banging outside their Longwood home, and the man went out to find 2 bears lurking around the family's garage, and a third one closed inside the SUV, which was parked in the driveway. Seminole County Sheriff's deputies...
Pretending he was driving.
Was he listening to tunes?
Seminole County Sheriff's deputies and Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission officers responded. An officer opened a door, released the bear in the car after about 30 minutes of the bear thrashing around. A video filmed by the woman shows her calling for the animal to come out of the vehicle after the officer opened the door. The bear hesitates for a few seconds, gets out, and runs away. The vehicle, unfortunately, a total loss.
Longwood's up by Orlando, isn't it? Although Orlando's not in Seminole County.
Lots of black bears in Florida.
The bear, she said, was thrashing about in the car and all the interior.
You know, they
was
put
wet.
up those panther signs down there, though. I think that's BS.
No, there's no panther.
I don't think anybody's ever seen a panther. They just do that to say, "Oh, there's panthers around here, and we'll look for them." Katie thought she saw one, but it was a German Shepherd catching it was a black lab catching a Frisbee.
Tongue out, wagging his tail. Look at the Panthers catch Frisbees. Hide your Frisbees.
Here's one for you, Kenny. A traffic story, okay?
Oh, good.
Sure. I'm fascinated already.
You'll hate this. An unusual moment in Houston traffic is going viral after a man challenged another driver to a game of rock, paper, scissors for the right-of-way. Mm-hmm. Marco Sanchez posted a video to Facebook showing him challenging another driver to the game to see who'd get to go first into the lane amid extremely slow rush hour traffic last week.
I think I might have been honking from behind them.
Why are you playing rock, paper, scissors?
It beats the hell out of shooting each other.
I was behind a Prius. I don't like Prius drivers. Let me tell you this officially. Yeah. I was behind some jackass today, and the light was green for 6 seconds to make a left-handed turn, and I damn near banged him. Whoa.
Just give him the nudge.
The video shows Sanchez being bested in the game and allowing the other driver to merge in front of him. Sanchez told a local TV station he hoped to make other drivers smile, have a little bit of fun.
Did these morons do this while they held up traffic?
No, it was slow traffic.
1 mile per hour traffic. This is a non-story. This is as interesting as the guy in the car right behind him that finished his coffee, poured another cup out of his thermos, and then went on with his life. That's just as interesting.
No, I think this
just
was
as
much more interesting.
And the guy behind him, he changed radio stations because the news guy kept bringing out stupid stories.
I was going to say because he heard the traffic guy screw it up again.
Man in Montana changed his shirt. Well, Rook, you can take us to break.